associate pastor for spiritual formation at First Baptist Greenwood. Part of the mission of the CBF of South Carolina is both to encourage congregations to thrive and to value innovative and collaborative missions and ministry. I sense that there's a connection between those things and spiritual formation.
Jay, I would have to agree. My working definition of spiritual formation is the process of being shaped by the image of Christ for the sake of the world. So we have to recognize that spiritual formation is a process that involves worship, it involves Sunday school, it involves book study and resources that we can use to be shaped by the image of Christ, but so that we can share what we've learned and the life and vitality that comes from that process with the world. And so churches that are finding ways to thrive are living into every component of that definition of spiritual formation.
Blake, we're in your chapel here at First Baptist Greenwood. Talk about some of the things that you've done in this room to encourage spiritual formation, practice some of the spiritual disciplines.
We've tried to be intentional about providing a space where people can come and engage their faith in their prayer life, their reading. And so our chapel itself serves as a hub of spiritual formation for us. This is a space that you can come from the busyness of your life and find a nice quiet place to meditate, to pray, to spend time in silence, to find resources. We have books here. We have contemplative prayer services here on occasion. But all of those work together to provide a space where people can come and engage their interior life.
Blake has brought some resources to show and share with us.
Like Richard Foster's Celebration of Discipline. It's filled with ideas for both personal and corporate practices for congregations to rediscover and to invest their energy into growing in their interior life. This is a book titled Defining Our Way Again, The Return of the Ancient Practices by Brian McLaren. This book invites the church to look at the ways that our Christian forebears have helped us through ancient practices and spiritual disciplines. This book is a way for us to explore that in the postmodern world.
What about resources for youth or youth ministry?
Yeah, I would recommend this book by Mark Iaconelli. It's entitled Growing Souls, Experiments in Contemplative Youth Ministry. And this book is filled with ideas of creating an alternative style of youth ministry that's not so heavy on busyness and keeping youth occupied. Rather, this book invites youth into a dialogue with God.
Tell me about that.
This book is entitled Common Prayer. We actually give this book to our college graduates. If you were to turn to the date, you would find a very short liturgy. It could probably be done in 5 to 10 minutes, but it's a way to give structure and content to each day.
Like sometimes the questions that I get as I am in congregations are resources for men's groups or women's groups, and I noticed you brought a Richard Rohr book. Tell us about that.
It's entitled Falling Upward, A Spirituality for the Two Halves of Life. Men resonate with him because he offers a masculine voice, and men and women together resonate with the content of this book because it's so relevant. So I highly recommend Richard Rohr's books and his website. It's entitled The Center for Action and Contemplation.
Blake, thank you so much for sharing resources with us and a bit of your life together here at First Baptist Greenwood. Let me invite you to take a look at cbfdawnings.org. It's an initiative from National CBF that incorporates some of the spiritual disciplines and spiritual formation that Blake has been talking about into a congregational process of discernment, formation, and engagement. It's a way of doing congregational planning in a very spiritual and spirited way. We will have a Dawnings retreat in South Carolina in February. I'll give you lots more details about that as we get a little closer. There's information in the description below. I'll see you at church. Peace.